Alright, I think my mic's on. Let me test how good my audio is on the stream. Alright, everything seems to be fine. I'd like everyone who's here, welcome you to the PopTart Podcast, episode 2. This is the second ever episode I've ever done of the PopTart Podcast, because every other thing I said with PopTart Podcast was just me just putting PopTart Podcast because I love the name. Today, the Podcast is going to be a solo one. I'm not going to have any guests because I don't want to have any guests today. I just want to have just me. I'm going to talk with my experience with sequels for movies and shows, anime, video game sequels, all that kind of thing. So, let's get started. How about I start with TV shows? I think I might start off with the Avatar. Uh, I am a massive Avatar fan. I love The Last Airbender. Hate the movie, uh, the live action movie and all that. But that's not the movie's not really a sequel. It's just something to yeah. But the thing I'm going to be talking about the sequel is The Legend of Korra. Now, I think a lot of people actually kind of like The Legend of Korra. Me personally, I don't see it as a good sequel. See, I thought The Last Airbender left it good. I would have just preferred if they continued on with Aang instead of going on with Korra in The Legend of Avatar. Uh, I am going to talk about more just than just the Avatar, but I'm just going to talk about Avatar sequels and all that lately because Avatar is a really good series. I just don't know. I might talk about a different TV series. Steven Universe. That new one, what was it called again? Steven Universe Future, I think. The one where it continues on from where thing. Wait, is my quality good on the stream? Alright, yeah, the quality is perfectly fine. So, how do I explain this? So, Steven Universe was really good with the ending of it, where he was able to change the way of the diamonds and open them up towards the gems and all that. So that was really good. Steven Universe Future shows what it's like from I think it's like I don't know how long later, a few probably like a year or two later. I'm not 100% sure. Although everything's been changed, Beach City has opened up gems, welcoming them. The diamonds are there now. Also, I will have to talk before I talk about Steven Universe Future. I have to talk about its movie because it is a direct sequel. Because I thought the Steven Universe movie was brilliant, with the new villain of Spinel being the kind of jester going on towards Steven. Now that's a good sequel, as I kind of enjoyed it because it didn't like, oh, here we're gonna talk about in the future descendant of Stephen, which I did not like about the Avatar because I just really loved Al Aang's story in Avatar. But about Steven Universe is that I really enjoyed the movie, as it showed that he's still technically kind of learning how to work with his powers, and I thought Steven Universe Future continued on with that, showing that he is powerful and stuff like that. But I think it's more about his friends and family. He's just stuff like that. He puts a little too much stress on himself. Uh, Let me think. Is there any other TV series sequels, not including anime? Well, I don't know if Avatar's a series. I saw that on Nickelodeon. That doesn't mean it's not anime. I just thought I'd add it into this section. TV series sequels. TV series sequels. Hmm. I can't really think of any at the moment. If anyone has any recommendations in the podcast, go ahead. So, let's move on to let's go with video games and how their sequels work. So I'll start off with Pokemon. Pokemon is a great game. I quite enjoy it. I love playing it. It's just the thrill of trying to catch every Pokemon in the Pokedex and all that. When it went to Gold and Silver, great game. Could put a lot more into the game, a lot of stuff. Introduced shinies, I'm pretty sure, but you could put shinies back into Red and Blue. And then it kept going on and on with the next generations, and then there was some reboots. It was really good, and now up to Sword and Shield. So much has been added, like from Pokemon Mega Evolutions to Z moves, and now we got G Max to Dynamax in Pokemon. Everything's just so amazing. Like how much they try to add on, and they are trying a little too hard because I Pokemon Sword and Shield is nowhere near my favorite Pokemon game. It's got to go to X and Y. I just thought X and Y had a great story. Sword and Shield, I sort of found annoying. I felt like your enemy, you fight through all of it. Hop, I think it is, isn't it? Hop. I feel like he's a clone version, just Scottish or something, or English or whatever, because each region is based off a different country in the real world of your past rival from Sun and Moon. Well, that's just my experience with it. Although Sword and Shield did have some really good design for their Pokemon, and I quite liked a few of the shinies. And I think that their new DLC, first ever Pokemon game, I think that actually has DLC. I might be wrong there, but correct me if I'm wrong. Uh, it's really good. So what else would I really think for in the gaming sequels? How about Smash Bros? A game that really was developed by Motohiro Sakurai, creator of Kirby and Kid Icarus. Uh, when he first started the game for Switch was really good. I'm not Switch, right? Was it GameCube? I'm 100%. I'm not gonna guess the game consoles because so many Nintendo consoles, and Nintendo consoles could have their own sequels going on. But then every time they would update the game of Smash Bros, they would add a few new fighters from Smash Bros to Smash Bros Melee to Brawl, Smash 4 for 3DS and Wii U, up to Smash Bros Ultimate, which has an amazing count for characters and even has some collabs with music, Mii Fighter costumes, spirits. Like, heck, I never thought I'd see a Sans, like literally Sans and Cuphead, and I am still happy about Banjo Kazooie being in Smash Bros. I don't know if they brought back Gino, I'd be more happy. Um, so sequels in games can be good. Is there any other kind of sequel games that I can really talk about? Well, how about how much sequels they are milking in the storyline for Mario and Sonic? Sonic hasn't had really a best kind of game for a while, except for that one. I can't remember. It came after. Like, it was like it was originally a fan game or something, I think, and then Sega made it into an actual Sonic game, which was really good. Uh, into Mario though is milking the crap out of its new Super Mario Bros. Series. I need to put in a new because that gets into its own context. Because there was Super Mario Bros. Super Mario Bros. 2 Lost Levels, but then you could also say about the other one, which it wasn't supposed to be Mario. It was supposed to be Doki Doki Panic, but then they changed it at the last moment for everyone else in the world because they thought Mario 2 Lost Levels was way too hard for Americans and Europeans and everyone else in the world except for Japanese. They then there was Super Mario Bros. 3, then Super Mario Bros. World and stuff like that, and then like a few games, like side games. They really milk Mario, like as in the series so much to get a lot of Mario everywhere because I feel like he is the poster boy for Nintendo. He's gotten the most. I think he's got sold most copies of any games, Mario, and I might be wrong there, but like there is some other great characters, and I feel like they really do like to also give some kind of stuff behind, like Captain Toad's Adventure and Luigi's Mansion for sequels of Mario. Now, I just think that video game sequels are a little more different because then there's some sequels that are direct sequels where you continue off from a game, and then there's sequels that just I feel like a carbon copy of a game, or sequels that feel like other stuff. Fan games can have a good some sequels and all that, and I think that's really good. I feel like fan games are really underrated, and if people don't, and if they are loved so much and all that, I say yeah, fan games are really good. Heck, I still play Undertale and Deltarune. I don't even know if Deltarune's an actual sequel. I feel like it's an alternate universe or something like that. What other games could I talk about for sequels? Borderlands. Borderlands is 18's is really I've really gotten into this series a lot. From Borderlands, like there's 5 games total. There's prequel game, 2 prequel games, and 3 games called Borderlands 1, 2, and 3. I might not really talk about the prequels. I'm gonna continue with the sequels and all that. Just I thought it was really cool, and I love how you can see each kind of character. See, when in Borderlands 3, you get to see the characters you could play as in 1 and 2 as main characters who follow you around, like Zero, Maya, blah blah blah. I mean, you might not know these names if you're not into the games, Borderlands and all that. And I think Borderlands is a really good game. It has kind of a great story. It has great species, great planets you can visit, great everything really. I just think the characters in Borderlands are really well designed and really well executed. A lot of people are saying the Borderlands 3 has a bit of a boring or a confusing story, but I don't think so. I think Borderlands 3 has a really great story, and I think that it might have really good sequels. I mean, not sequels, DLC. To continue on with that story, because I haven't actually tried out any DLC yet. Um, how about we talk about movie sequels? Because movie sequels are always good. So I won't go on to movie prequels, more of movie sequels, because it's about sequels. In movie sequels, how about we talk about some of the most loved ones? Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Star Wars, Star Trek, blah blah blah, all that stuff. I'll start off with Harry Potter and how much I don't like the series. I know. Harry Potter is one of the most beloved series of all time. People love it. People have go through phases where they want to be a wizard and all that. I used to like Harry Potter, but then I just found that each movie just got boring and boring for me. I just didn't like the world of Harry Potter so much, and I didn't really like the story that much. I didn't really understand the context of why Voldemort wanted to kill Harry's parents and why he did, or well, I just maybe it's just because I didn't pay much more attention to Harry Potter in the sequels, and like the last 2 sequels just got me completely bored. I just didn't feel like they were good enough, and I didn't really like Harry's actor, Daniel Radcliffe, isn't it? I felt like he was just too bleak and boring in the Harry Potter last 2 movies, and that he's just like his acting was just terrible. Uh, what other movies? So yeah, let's talk about Star Wars. Now, I don't, I can't talk about the prequel series for Star Wars because I'm gonna have to talk about the sequel series for here, and why I did not like the sequel series. Prequel series, not many people liked. I know that, but I can't really talk much about this because it's about the sequels. So in Star Wars, I mentioned Harry Potter. I think I got mixed up there for a minute because I'm getting mixed up with the titles now. Star Wars, when it had the prequels, it just was about the backstory. So I'm not going to talk much about that because if you know about the prequels, all the memes and stuff like that. The sequels, everyone has probably seen them in Star Wars. I I don't think they was needed because even though it did start off with episode 4 to 6 and all that, and they wanted to continue on with the Star Wars series, and then there was some of the other prequels like Solo and all that stuff. But the backstory is more like that. They kept going on with prequels, and if they just continue that, I thought it'd be better because I thought if they left it off where they just started, not continue on the story anymore, not bring back Palpatine for the latest one, I thought it'd be better. I don't like the sequel series for Star Wars. The only moment ever in the entire thing that I liked is when they were attacking Palpatine and all those ships appeared in the sky. It's like you got your backup now or something like that. It gave me goosebumps. It reminded me in Avengers when all the heroes came through the portals. I might actually get to give Avengers in a while because Avengers is a little confusing for its sequels because they're not going to continue sequels with Avengers. They will continue sequels with their Thors, Iron Mans, and all that. I don't think Hulk had a mainstream movie after Avengers. Actually, I just realized, like, if you count Thor, that's not really his movie. That's Thor's movie. these all movies are connected, and there's like Ant-Man and all that. So technically, they're all sequels that lead into one big sequel together with like Guardians of the Galaxy and Guardians of the Galaxy 2, best movies ever made by Marvel. Because I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love it. I love the music and all that, the rhythm in the movies. I just thought it was really good, leading up to Infinity War, which led to um, Endgame. And then Endgame after that led to the Spider-Man movie, is where we left off so far, and I haven't seen anything else, as they have been talking about shows about stuff like Wanda and Vision, TV shows, the movies, and there was the Shield series back then, a while back, and I don't know if that's even connected to it. And now there's Loki's getting a show or a movie, and there's also the Black Widow movie. Actually, I think it's gonna be a prequel, so I can't really talk about that much because it's sequels. Movies really tend to go a little bizarre with movie sequels. I think sometimes they can be good, sometimes sequels can just be really bad. Like Terminator, how I think one and two for the Terminator movies were the best, and then everything else after that just started to go downhill for the Terminator series. I didn't even like the latest one. I thought it was extremely boring. One and two were just extremely good. Uh, I don't really want to talk much about Lord of the Rings because I think it's just perfect. I might be biased. Oh, oh yeah, I thought the stream ended there. Sorry, I might be biased about Lord of the Rings, so I'm not gonna talk much about that because I don't want to be biased. Um, what was I talking about there? Oh crap! I was gonna say I was gonna talk about Lord of the Rings, but I said no, I can't talk about it. I might be biased. Crap! I lost my train of thought. That's embarrassing. Oh, Shrek. That's where I was going to talk about. The Shrek movies. Probably one of the best series of movies ever. Except for Shrek 3. I don't think that comes to a surprise about anyone. Shrek 1, beautiful. Shrek 2, better. Because I think Shrek 2 was one of the best sequels ever. There's no such thing as a perfect movie, but there is such a thing as a perfect sequel. I took that from a YouTuber. I can't pronounce his name, but his productions, and he has his pictures, the hermit crab from Moana. So Shrek 3 is a bit of where they went downhill. Even Shrek 4 was better, and Shrek 4 actually I don't think was bad at all. A lot of people just hate it because I don't really know why. But Shrek 2 was just really good. I loved it, how it just continued on with their love story, and now he's got to get the blessing from Fiona's dad, and the curse stuff, and Fairy Godmother. Shrek 3 just went bad with finding a new heir to the throne with Arthur and stuff like that, and then Shrek fights Prince Charming for revenge, and I just don't like it. And then Shrek 4 kind of made a great thing because I wish I could do that for Shrek 3 where he makes sure that he can take away a day with can't say his bloody name. God damn, I hate being dyslexic. Uh, just taking away a day of his life, which he took away the childhood. Now, I would love to just take away the day where they thought, hey, let's make Shrek 3 a good idea. You are wrong, sir. Very wrong. Extremely wrong. How about, okay, I'm enough with Shrek. Another movie series sequels that I'm going to talk about are Godzilla. Godzilla has different eras, like Showa, Heisei, Millennial, stuff like that. Like how each movie will get like a reboot, new design for Godzilla or something like that, continuing on. I love Godzilla series. How about I will talk about the latest two new ones, as how they're connected to the Kong universe, because this year was supposed to be the marking day for the sequel to Godzilla King of the Monsters for Godzilla vs Kong, but due to no virus, because I don't want to say it because I might get demonetized. Uh, they couldn't really produce the movie. Like they've cut back so many movies that were supposed to come out, like Fast and Furious, the latest one. Other movies. There's a lot of movies that were actually coming out, and I was quite excited for them. But Godzilla. It started off with the Godzilla. What year did it come out? 2017? Not 100% sure. Where it was a new era. They were talking about how they. I feel like it was a direct sequel to the first Godzilla movie ever made because that, like, they mostly tend to go back to that one, and continue it on, like they did with Halloween. It's a Halloween H2O. They continued it on, skipped every movie after that. Not a sequel, reboot there. The reboot as it's a sequel. And the movie was really good. They didn't have enough screen time for Godzilla in that first one they made for the legendary Godzilla. They didn't have enough screen time for legendary Godzilla in the first movie they made. Then I'm gonna have to go to Kong because King Kong is by Legendary, and they are trying to do the sequel for Godzilla vs Kong, where it had back I think World War Two, where they had everyone go to Kong Skull Islands, and they were trying to escape suddenly. Like, they were wondering like what was there and all that. It was really cool. There was I don't know if it was World War Two. I think it was just afterwards World War Two, or and then like they met a guy, a World War One veterinarian or something, who landed there a while back, and then he finally moved out of there. Oh, hello Ridley fan. Welcome to the podcast. We're talking about sequels. Then it comes to Godzilla King of the Monsters. Godzilla King of the Monsters starts really good and all that. The only problem I think is that people are complaining, oh, we didn't get enough screen time for the human characters. That I was like, yeah, sequels for games, movies, animes, TV shows. That's what we're really doing, you know. Probably comic book series, anything. If people want me to talk about a certain sequel series, Ridley fan, I will continue on with that. But no one has recommended anything, so I just going off by a script that I have set up for a while. So, Godzilla King of the Monsters was brilliant, and I love the monster designs for Legendary in the Godzilla King of the Monsters movie. Now, I can't really say much in case you haven't seen it. So, what other movie series could I really talk about? Oh, you want Batra? I loved Batra. I thought that Batra was really nice design, and I thought his way of turning into his flying form, like his butterfly form, like Mothra or something, because I know he was in his larva form and then the monster form and all that. I thought that it was really cool. I would love to see Batra in like something new. I'd love to see Space Godzilla or Mecha Godzilla. Any monster could be really good for the legendary. They could bring back Titanosaurus even, and not maybe people like that. Or I haven't seen Anguirus, which I am pretty sad about. I'm pretty sad about not that there were some monsters that I quite loved in the previous Godzilla movies that they haven't brought back. King Caesar. Let's see here. Well, I would like. I don't know what it was. Damn it! Who was it again? I'm trying to remember the name of the monster. Frick! How did I forget the name? Oh, sorry. Of the monster. Shoots. I'll get back to that later. I. Oh, no, Gigan. Thank you. Gigan. You mentioned it. I'd love to see Gigan. I thought Gigan was one of the best designed monsters ever made. I thought it was really cool, and I'd love to see him in the sequels. I think I might skip. I might go on to another thing. If there's any other movie series that anyone else can really recommend to me that I would know of, we could talk about that. If not, I'm gonna move on to anime, and I might go back and forward with different series. So, anyone have any recommendations for movie sequels you would like me to talk about? What about I'm not talking about Scooby Doo. I don't know how to start there. I'm talking about sequels, really. If you wanted me to talk about Scooby Doo, I'll have to talk about the live action Scooby Doo movies because they have two of them and one of them was a sequel. If that's what you mean. Oh crap! I have a balloon. Balloon. Um, I'm not. If you do you want me to talk about the live action Scooby Doo movies? Because I don't know anything about Scoob, and I'm not really want to talk about that because I don't think it looks good. 100% my opinion. You disagree. I respect that. If anyone else disagrees, uh, yeah, that was a balloon. That was a balloon. Wait, what's the delay on the stream? Okay, I'm gonna stop messing with this balloon. I need more series. If we don't, I'm gonna have to go on to anime. So I think I'll come back to movie series later. I'm gonna go on to anime series. I'll start off with the anime JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, if anyone doesn't know, is an anime about the Joestar bloodline. It started off with the Joestar bloodline versus the vampire Dio. Like he was human who like I reject my humanity. That's what he was saying. He turned into a vampire and all that. So it was really interesting. And then after, apparently, when the main character of part one, Joseph Joestar, I was talking about this in a previous podcast, defeated Dio and all that. He died on a boat. A lot of spoilers. This is a big spoilers I forgot to mention at the very. Oh, how did I forget to put spoilers at the very start of the stream? It doesn't matter anymore. But just oh crap! 1 second, my TV was about to. My TV's about to play Avatar by mistake. I didn't. Oof, sorry. So yeah, there's gonna be spoilers, of course. But oh god, sorry, my TV was on. So after JoJo Part One, I'm gonna count the parts as different sequels because I feel like they're so unique with different characters. Next comes up the next person in the Joestar bloodline, which would be Joseph. Then it'll be Jotaro on the next part. Then it's Josuke. This is where the family tree gets weird. Journo, Jolene. They'll be continuing on, you know. That's the JoJo bloodline, but I don't really want to talk much about that because I did in my first episode of my podcast, I went into a lot of detail with two guests, Adam Skits and Sparn SC. Check out their channel and check out our new joined channel, the Reddit Knackers. We are going to be working on videos soon about that. So, anime can really be interesting how it works with sequels. Like from Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z to Dragon Ball Super or Dragon Ball GT because Dragon Ball GT is no longer canon, so you can't really count that. Then there's also Naruto to Boruto. I didn't really like the Naruto series or the Boruto series, so I don't have enough intel to talk about that. So then there's other anime series that I could really just continue on with, like the Moggy series, starting off with Sinbad, how he unleashes the power of a dungeon to get these, I don't know how to pronounce them, these kind of spirits that give him unlimited power. And then after a few episodes, it just stopped and I was like wondering why. Then he continued on with the Moggy series for Aladdin, who he is what you call a Moggy, or a Maji, Migi, however you want to pronounce it. Japanese has a really weird way they want to pronounce it. Now, anime series can be a little confusing with their timelines a lot, so maybe I'll actually go back to different series. How about TV series? I'm gonna go back to. Where do I want to go back to? Oh, um, I feel like I've hit a dead end. I thought I had more prepared for these sequels, you know? Hmm. Maybe this might be a short podcast. I'll leave it up to 40 minutes. So, how about I talk about the Scooby Doo movies, the live action, and how they work? So, see, I don't know what order they went in. I think it was. One second, let me look this up. So, it started off with Scooby, wasn't it? The one about. Damn it, what was it called? The one about. Wasn't it they were on the islands? They had, like, they were on the islands that they were given all, like, to go to. Wait, there was there was there was five in the series. I thought there was only two. It says it go in the live action. It goes Scooby Doo the movie, and then Scooby Doo Monsters Unleashed. Scooby Doo the movie starts off with Scooby on the island, where monsters are like possessing people, and then Scooby Doo's Unleashed goes towards monster suits turning into real monsters, and then Mystery Begins is a prequel, and so is Curse of the Lake Monsters, and then there's Daphne and Velma. I haven't watched Daphne or Velma, but the other two I haven't. It's very confusing. You know what? I think I might end the stream here, and I might start a gaming stream later because that's as much as I really can talk about for the sequels. Because I'm thought I could talk a little more. Maybe in the next podcast I'll get some guests going on. See if Adam Skits or Spartan or anyone else is open up for being a guest on the podcast. Until then, see you. Goodbye. And why would you need more friends when you